I will never forget that I actually used to get pegs. I know this is funny, but I thought, right, you know, like a peg that you put on a clothing reel. I've never said this before to anyone. I used to put it on my nose because I used to get bullied a lot that my nose was flat.
Wow.
So I used to get pegs from the clothing reel, and I literally used to hand it here, and I'll leave it there for a long time.
I've never heard that before. Welcome back to my MIXUPGUHDEH interviews. It has been a while since I've done a MIXUPGUHDEH interview, and I really want to get back into this segment of my YouTube channel. It has been a bit difficult getting guests onto my platform. It's really a trial and error process. However, I'm really grateful and fortunate enough to have the one and only Nunu on my YouTube channel. For those of you that do not know who Nunu is, she graced the YouTube screens and showed us her unapologetic, raw opinion and showed us charisma. And I really wanted to get her on my platform to talk about her life, where she's been and what she's been up to. If you guys are new to my channel and you do not know who I am, my name is Phillip, or Guhde for short. I can proudly announce that this segment of my YouTube channel will also be a podcast. So please head over to Spotify to hear the full audio. If you're seeing this video and you're not at home and you can't hold your phone up to watch it, head over to Spotify, get some headphones and have a listen. Make sure you guys like, comment and subscribe, and thank you guys for watching.
Hey guys, it's your girl Nunu. I'm here with the one and only.
So welcome to my channel. I just want to say it is a pleasure to have you on. I'm a big fan of yours.
Thank you.
Which a lot of you guys may not know, but for those of you that are subscribed to my channel, you would know I am one of the newest cast members of Backchat. And for the few years that I was watching it, Nunu was one of the cast members that I looked at and thought, this could be me. I think I could go and then talk my shit. Do you get what I mean?
I love that because when I went on it, I was looking as well at someone else that said I could be the difference.
Wow.
So it's funny how like we influence each other.
How are you doing? How have you been?
That's an interesting question.
How's the pandemic been for you, like, as a whole?
Funny enough, I actually recorded like a live update on my channel, so you guys should watch it. And it's been up and down. But then I feel like it's everyone. We always think we're the only ones going through it. But I think everyone is actually going through it.
You're right.
So it's been up and down. You got your good days, you get your low days. And obviously I did talk about mental health as well a little bit, especially with post Backchat. And that's something that I'm managing, and yeah, it gets better. I feel like I have to have my routine in place. So like, I'm quite a spiritual person, if you don't know. I like to do meditation, yoga, and if I go to the gym, like, those are like my three combinations for like a happy life or like a balanced life. So if I do those three things every day, I'm on top of the world. Like, nothing can bother me.
Oh, are you going to gym now at the moment?
Yeah, actually I went today.
Okay.
Got my workout in.
How often do you go to the gym?
I'm not as often as I would like.
But you get in, you go when you can.
I go when I can. If I can even get in once a week, I'm happy. I would rather not see a week that I've missed.
Okay.
So I feel like, okay, you're falling off a bit. But then there might be times when I go 3 times a week. So
how would you say like the gym? Because a lot of people say like the gym has like helped them improve their mental health. So how would you say? Would you agree with that?
When you go to the gym, you're literally high. It's like there's a dopamine rush. No, for real. Like, especially if you go in the morning.
But what about like, don't you? Because with me, I've always wanted to go to the gym, you know. Yeah. But I'm insecure in terms of like, I may feel like I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Or there's other people around that are more experienced.
Yeah.
They want you to get off the machine, like all them type of things.
You don't want to be watching them bodybuilders.
Right.
You'll be there like, what?
So how is your experience in the gym as like?
So I'll be honest, with you. So what I do is I go to the women's room. There's actually a women's room at my gym.
Okay.
I prefer to stay there because by the time you go out and you see everyone, you start feeling a bit embarrassed, you don't know what you're doing. So I go into the women's room and I just do running on the treadmill. And then sometimes I do like leg workouts. But honestly, I'm not a gymnastic or nothing. I'm not even going to say that. It's not about gym, just work out. Whatever works for you. If it's not gym, if you want to go out on the road and run, if you want to do yoga at home, walk, pole dancing. I used to do pole dancing, yes. And that was really good, actually. I loved it. Love pole dancing. I want to do that again, actually. Because that helped me as well. And it is actually workout. People might think it's not just on the pole, like it's a workout. Okay,
so when I asked you to come on my YouTube channel to sit and have a chat with me, like what was going through your head? Like, what was your initial thought? Honestly,
I was happy to. I first checked your videos that you've done with the series. I said, let me first see what's happened before. Then I saw, it had a really good response, and then I also saw that it was revealing things that people didn't necessarily know about that person before, which is why I was open towards it. Because obviously some people, they just want to know about the dramas, you know, but then it's like you're getting a different side of someone, which I respected based on the people I watched before you. But then also I thought about you as a person, because obviously I don't know, we haven't met each other before, and I thought he is controversial, and you've not been known on social media in the best light, which I was hesitant about, which I'm not going to lie. But then I also thought, okay, people judge me as well, and they don't know me. So what if he's a good guy? What if he's a good person? And based on the interview, I saw a different side to you, and I was willing to take the chance. So yeah,
I'll be honest, guys. We've been chatting before the camera has been rolling, so I feel like in some of the previous interviews, I've literally just put the camera on, like we just go straight in, like I wouldn't talk to the guest, but I feel like I'm quite comfortable with you, and
because we've spoken.
We can get a lot out of one another, and we can find comparisons in our journeys of social media and whatever. So on to the topic of social media. When you think of the word social media, like what comes to your head?
Social media, just fake. That is, generally speaking, that's the first thing that comes to my head. Artificial, superficial, unrealistic. Yeah, anxiety driven, clout chasing, like we were saying earlier, clout chasing, just dopamine rush. Those are the things that come in my head, which is why I stay away from it. As much as I've come on social media, I've done things and people know me for it, I do like to detach myself away from it because it's not healthy.
I'll be real, I have found it very difficult to detach sometimes because I feel like oftentimes when it comes to my videos, I have to be everywhere to then attract people to what I want. Do you get what I mean? I have to draw people in different ways. That's why I felt like I've always needed to be on social media. Like, say for example, say there's people that are on social media, like they'll set a timer for when they need to upload and then they'll come off. Whereas I will upload, I'll be reading, waiting for people to like and comment. I'll be sharing to my Instagram story, making sure I comment on other people's posts. Like I'm doing all of this so that it's people... It's now become
a part of your life.
Literally.
And that's toxic. You need to have a break from that and detachment from that.
So how are you able to detach?
I think, I'll be honest, through my work or walk into spirituality, it allowed me to see life totally differently.
Okay.
And I was able to not even feel like I needed it. Or need anything for that matter. Because the minute you depend on something, it controls you. And you become at the mercy of it. You'll be out there looking for things because now you feel like this is my only source of income, I must push on this, and luckily it's not been. So again, I haven't had to be on it because it's not my income, my source of income. It's not even a source of income for me at all. Like, thank God I wasn't sitting here bagging on social media and that's why you have to have your income before you go on this show, because if it doesn't work out or you get viral one day, yes, everyone's booking you this week, tomorrow you're nobody, no one's booking you. No, but it's true. Wow, because it's up and down social media. But my spirituality had allowed me to really detach myself away from things and not also try to... The ego. It's very ego driven. But I do think that if you're, as a person that is... Because you get excited by this thrill of this followers and the likes and it's very easy to do so. I'm not saying you're unique in feeling like that. It's very easy to be consumed by that. Once you start trending, you want more. You want more. You're chasing it again. And then you're validating yourself through it. That is where things start to go downhill for you. So I've learned to detach myself, delete the app. Feel free to delete it. Anything that you feel like you can't live without, try to live without it.
I've tried to explain the journey that I've been on and how I survive financially, mentally, and mid last year I did start to take breaks, but then I saw that that's what starts to happen. Like, it's like your supporters, they start to do the "where are you? Where have you been? Are you okay? I'm just checking up on." And it's like I feel bad that I started one way, and then I flipped the script, and then it's almost like I feel like I have to. It's almost like I feel like I have to explain myself to these people because they're.
But you put yourself out there.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, and I never really understand why people complain about that, because when you put yourself out there, you also have to be, informing these people. You didn't have to come out and tell your business. Now you have to update them and tell them what's happened after this. Or your relationships, people that need relationships. Now, relationships over. Everyone's saying, what's going on with you guys? And you're saying, no, I'm private now. No, you can't be private now. You decided to come on there to tell your business. You need to see it through.
So what do you think about public relationships on social media? Would you ever...
I think unless you're married, and you've got that unit, and you know that person's going to be there for at least the unforeseeable future, then cool. But if you're just in a normal girlfriend, no. It's too volatile, and you'll have to explain yourself.
But it's also another side to you as well. It's seeing how you are in a relationship, in love, dating. It's a new side,
But I also, there was a split second that I thought about the other side. I said, if it doesn't work out, that's an embarrassment. You need to come on there to explain yourself. The consequences just far outweigh the benefits. I think it's better that you keep your relationship private until there is, you got a ring, you got married, maybe, And I can't imagine if I spoke about my relationships, because my previous ones, I'll just be updating every week. It will be an update every week. Guys, it's gone left. We've got into an argument. This happened. Oh, guys, we've got back again. That's just long. You don't want to be doing that.
So, so you have a YouTube channel. So how do you strategize the content that you're going to create? Because obviously you're trying to grow, you're trying to reach new people. And nowadays, it's the controversy that people want. That's what people want to see. So how do you say...
I think in your videos, you have to have a little bit of both. So depending on the direction you're going in or the theme, you need to have some sort of controversy or something that's... People's attention span are low now. Within 2 seconds, if they're not seeing something that's capturing their attention, they're switching off. So it's TikTok age. So you have to have that element in your video, but also it can be informative. But you have to mix the two. The best is to blend the two. So if your video is like entertaining and informative as well, or whatever theme you're going for, it's gonna go viral. But it's an art. There's an art to that.
Okay, so what do you think about like the representation of like black women on social media? Because obviously you have
all my black girls.
So what made you start this brand?
I will speak on my personal experiences, because funny enough, when I thought about this business, it wasn't even meant to be a business. It was actually supposed to be kind of like a social enterprise. Because and that's hence the name, right? So it was from my own personal journey. When I grew up, I felt like there was no sort of safe space. There was no support. I grew up in a white area, predominantly white. So, racism. It's funny now that things. Big lips is now the thing, but I just get bullied for that all the time. And anyway, there was a lot of discrimination. I also felt like there was not really much support. There was not supportive groups, communities. There wasn't a lot of people that were in the natural hair, which is why obviously I started with the natural hair extensions. And then I realised that just by you as an individual doing something, changing something, it has a ripple effect. You don't realise that you coming out with your natural hair today, the next girl that saw you on the street wearing it, she's now confident enough to do that. So I wanted to create a business that would have that support system for black women, and also educational side to some regard, where we can go there and learn things based on other people's experiences.
I feel like that's one of the things that I do love about your hair business, because there's actually a lot of girls that sell hair, but they don't sell
this kind of hair.
Exactly. The kind of hair that you sell. It's a niche that I feel like there's a lot of girls that they're gonna go the easy route. They're gonna go for the European straight. They're gonna go for that look and not challenge that there is a market for this type of hair. There are women that still want to look natural but protect their natural hair.
100%. And the thing is, like, whether or not it's your natural hair or it's natural hair extensions, the fact you're embracing this texture alone, do you know what you're doing to this whole generation, our society, media? Like, black people are more celebrated now. It's beautiful. And think about how it was when we were growing up. So I think it is, we are making a change, and that's the direction I'm going into. And there is a lot more coming. At the moment, I'm in the process of getting a bit of investment so that I can grow the business in the way it was intended. So a lot of the, like, you know, educational things has not yet been established. Obviously, it is a product-based business at the moment. However, let me do a little plug while we're here. We are introducing some new hair extensions that's never been done, and we are going to be doing it to all my black girls as a service as well. So we're going to be installing the hair as well.
Wow.
So check out the website for more information. But you can get long, afro, curly, whatever hair texture you have, and it's revolutionary. And this is actually changing the game for real. So yeah, that's what I'm really doing right now. I'm trying to grow.
So was you scared? Like, how was, like? Because even for me, like when I first started my own merch business, I doubted myself. I was like, are people gonna buy from me? Are people gonna care? Like, we might have followers, but it's like, it's not not all these people have money. Do you know what I mean? Or do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, but the difference between you and me is you started after you got the followers.
Yeah.
I did it before I had the followers.
Right.
I didn't go on social media. I didn't build this business after I'd been popular and for people to support it. I already had the idea. I built it without any followers, and people supported it anyway because it was a credible business. I'm naturally an entrepreneur. I was selling things when I was a child. I'm business minded. You either it or you're not. And I feel like I didn't need followers to validate that. You know, I had the business idea based on personal experience. I saw the gap in the market for this product. I knew it was going to work out. It was an idea that was given to me through inspiration from the divine above being. It wasn't something that I just rushed to do. It wasn't something I did because everybody else did it. There was a real purpose behind this. So that's another thing that I feel like people need to consider when they want to do business. Am I just doing it
because you genuinely want to start, or just because you have followers? Yeah, I get what
you get what I'm saying? And obviously, yeah, you have followers, you're always going to sell, but what's your long-term goal? X, Y, and Z. Is this a business that will be around for years and years, generations after generations? Or within a year, you've closed down? So... Why are you laughing?
Within a year, you've closed down. No, because it happens. It does happen. Like, people will rush and start a business and they can't manage the business. They're messing up. There's no
structure.
Yeah.
They don't have the right business credentials. It's not just because you can run a business that you should do it. It's not for everyone. It's a lot of hard work. Killer nights, killer days, mental health, stress.
So so not to talk numbers, but what was your, like, how much did you save up to say, okay, yes, this is how much I need to get to get the right amount of stock to then make this public?
Everyone's business is obviously going to be very different. Mine was hair, so I needed about 5,000 to get it started. Okay. This was back in 2016. Inflation, I don't know what is going on now with the markets. Everything's going up. You may need more, you may need 10 in this day and age.
But
yeah, that's how much I already did my calculations before I even went out to buy it. I said, okay, what do I need?
Did you have any peers around you to help, or did you just...
Honestly, like, I did everything myself. The only thing that I will never forget that I'm always going to be grateful for was my friend that I'm... This is, by the way, how I know this business was meant to be around. I started uni. So my first year of uni, by the way, I did it I went to De Montfort. Did that. Wasn't for me. Came back to London. Went to Roehampton University. I started uni in September. Within 2 months, November, I met someone that is my best friend now. Told him what I wanted to do with the business. He gave me $2,000 towards it. And literally, I had known him for 2 months. 2.5 grand. He didn't even... And direct transfer, he didn't ask me to sign a contract, nothing like that. I was like, I'll pay you the money back. We had a good relationship, we had trust. He helped obviously support the initial funding. Wow. And I'm telling you, you do not get people like that. Because realistically, if I was a bad person, he would have never seen that money again. I could have not even started the business. So for him to have trusted me based on me writing on a piece of paper, pen and paper, like, okay, bundles this price, website this price, logo this price, that's it. And I gave it to him and said, look, I need to start this, it's gonna work. I'll give you the money back. And obviously I paid him back and I paid him a little bit extra and that was it. And that helped. But also I knew this is why I needed that it was meant to be. Because when it's meant to be, it's not a struggle. Like it goes a lot more smoother.
Yeah.
If you have so many obstacles, best believe it is a part of business, don't get twisted, there's obstacles, but best believe it may not just be the right path. It's supposed to come easy, and I always say,
and if planning, like you really sat down and said boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
And not rushed.
Yes.
Not seeing that, like for example, everybody's asking for something, and then you just buy it in bulk and then just gather together a local website and then start selling.
Well, if you're not passionate about it, it's not going to go anywhere anyway.
Yeah.
So if you're already thinking like that, like, oh, how can I make money? Oh yeah, everyone's doing bundles. Let me do my own. You've already lost, if I'm honest. You need to have a bit of passion and there has to be a purpose behind what you're doing. And I always say, if God gives you an idea, he'll help you see it through. So if it is really from God or the higher power, or whatever you want to call it, then there will be support in how you're going to get there in the end. But if you're just doing it because you're doing it, you're struggling on your own. You didn't get the support because God, it wasn't meant to be. It wasn't your calling.
Was there any point where you felt like it was overwhelming for you?
Yeah. Oh, all the time.
Did you have like your little cries?
Oh, more than cries. More than cries. I've gotten low, like rock bottom. Like honestly, like I've wanted to give up. I've like just, had mental breakdowns, panic attacks, everything. Yeah. Because
I remember there was a time where you reached a huge milestone in your business.
Oh, I thought you were talking about breaking point.
No.
Because there was a few that was on social media. No one remembers it. I came on there like, I'm done, guys. Like, I was literally like at my brinks. Forgive me, guys. That was my low point. Uncensored, people saw some of my low points.
Do you regret like posting it online, or did people reach out to you?
People did reach out to me actually. A lot of people asking me, are you okay? Is everything okay? Yeah. They did reach out to me.
What I was going to say was, in terms of your business, you had a huge milestone. You had posted how much money you had earned.
Oh yes. I did have a huge milestone.
So talk about that, like, what made you post it online?
Do you know what? I was in two minds. I already knew that it was a tiny bit controversial to post it. But I was like, do you know what? Why is it always hate on social media? When something's bad happening, everybody wants to be there watching. When someone wants to post something good, you're all of a sudden a bad person for doing that. Social media, or you're bragging. I feel like social media needs to have. I like to be authentic on my platform anyway. I don't want to just show the bad. I don't want to just show the good. I need to show it all rounder, and that was a win for me. And I wanted to share that. And there are other times that I show, guys, I'm struggling, and which is what I'm doing now with my content on my channel. I'm being real. Guys, I went through mental health struggle. Things were going left for me. Like, I'm trying to give them an overall balance. But yeah, I felt like it was a good thing. And I think I explained in my caption, like, guys, this is not just overnight. I thought it was a bit of an inspiration for other people. And yeah, I don't see anything. Do you think it was a bit... I was in two minds. Best believe I was ready to delete it many times. I was ready to delete it.
I've done it as well.
But I just think it's the audience that we are, unfortunately, accustomed to. they're very hateful. Which is why some people discourage doing that, because they're like, oh, you don't know what they're going to say about you, they're wishing bad on you, people hateful eyes and No one's going to stop my blessings. Sorry, I don't believe that somebody else can come and ruin what God had ordained for you. Impossible. Sorry, I'm a post what I need to post, and if it's good, if you find that if you want an issue with it, that's an issue within yourself. Because you should be happy for me, and you should be happy that that's something you have access to too.
You know what I want to ask you, yeah? Because I don't feel like a lot of people talk about it, yeah? You see that transition between, like, going from a teenager to an adult, like that, the independence transition where you start to earn your own money. How was that in your household? Like, at what age did, like, the money, like, you know, like...
You started buying your own things,
yeah. What age did that stop for you?
Oh, pocket money, because I had college. Okay. I think right after college, because my dad used to always give me money every month. And then, from 16 I had a job. Okay. So I was working in New Look. Oh, wow. First job. I was there for 6 months. And I remember I was really happy because I was like, oh, finally I got a job. They were paying me £3.68 an hour, guys. £3.60. £3, and I'll never forget. I would never forget that exact number. Yeah, because I remember back then as well. My colleagues were like 18, because when you're 16 to 18, they give you minimum wage for that age. But as soon as you turn 18, it doubles. It went to £6.50. So they were all on £6.50. I was on £3.68. Wow. Now, obviously, think about it. Back then, money's, you know, things have changed, but that was the minimum wage for my age. I still was very proud of it, and the only reason why I probably took it because my dad was still giving me pocket money as well. But that was the beginning stages of my independence. And then I remember after that, when I went into uni, I just always had like part-time jobs during uni. It was either retail, it was childcare. Okay, back to
like the whole black girls and colorism. As you said, you grew up in a predominantly white area, and like let's talk about like your identity. Did you battle with your identity at any point? Because obviously my story is I used to bleach my skin.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, I used to bleach my skin.
Wow.
And how, like, what was your, did at ever one point you feel like...
So wait, is this your original colour? Sorry.
I'm getting darker, but I'm gradually getting darker.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
So are you like my skin? Wait, are we the same? Are you like, you're lighter than me?
Right now, yeah, but...
So you're like
I'm
my
naturally
tone, naturally? Oh my god. Didn't know that. That's interesting. But your bleaching is not obvious.
Because I've stopped.
Oh, how long have you been?
It's been like just over a year. Before my YouTube days, I was going hard and I was pale as hell. I was doing like Vibes Cartel.
Really? Vibes Cartel? You were like that? I'm shocked.
Yeah.
How were you feeling? Like, you just felt like you needed to be lighter to be accepted? Who taught you to do that? Why did you...
You know, the people that I was associated with were all like Jamaican. I had a lot of like Jamaican
peers. That's quite common.
Very ignorant Jamaicans that I was around that they didn't see bleaching as a bad thing. Yeah. They just thought,
it's part of the cream. They used the, what's that cream?
They'll mix it with anything. Yeah. They'll say, oh, just give it a little colour. It will clear your skin. It will get rid of the little dark marks. These times I'm getting rid of the dark marks. My face is turning yellow. Then I'm going to the extent of trying to match my face with my body. Starting to strip my skin. It's just getting worse and worse and worse. And I will say that obviously I've been on YouTube for 2 years, and I will say that YouTube, my viewers, and the people that genuinely fuck with me are the ones that a lot of my changes have been through the eyes that are watching me. So that's one of the big impacts that YouTube has done for me, and I'm grateful for it every time because it's just too much. But for you grew up in a
yeah, I got some things to tell you.
Did you ever experience any
yes
direct racism? Because
yes,
I feel like a lot of people in the UK, they don't. You see, like when you watch like viral videos in America, it's like you black nigga and da da da. Like not many of us in the UK have those kind of stories. You don't really hear much about people being racist.
It's indirect.
It's indirect, or it's subtle, or it's excluding a set. Do you know what I mean? It's strategic.
Do you know what it is? Okay, so talking about yours, because now I've heard of yours, like, I would say that I had an incident, I will never forget that I actually used to get pegs. I know this is funny, but I thought, you know, like a peg that you put on a clothing reel? I've never said this before to anyone. I used to put it on my nose, because I used to get bullied a lot that my nose was flat.
Wow.
So I used to get pegs from the clothing reel, and I literally used to hand it here, and I'll leave it there for a long time.
I've never heard that before. What?
And I'll leave it there for a long time because I just, you know, and my nose will be pinching, and there'll be a mark there. And then there were times where, like, you know, I thought they said my lips were too big, and obviously there was not much that could be done there, but I'd have considered bleaching, definitely. I went to one auntie's house and she had bleached the cream. What did it? Caro
White.
Caro White. I did a little on my finger. I said, oh, maybe I should start. And I did a little 1, 2. And I left it as that. But then I went home and I think I might have bought that Caro White with my money. When I had my own money, I bought that Caro White. And then I think, like, I used it maybe once or twice and I was like, didn't sit right with me. And also I didn't really like the smell. It's a bit nasty.
Yeah.
So I was just like, nah. So I just didn't use it anymore. But yeah, I was in that space as well where, you know, lack of self-love and self-acceptance and natural hair. I remember mummy, I'll see if I can send you a picture. I've never said this before. My mum used to take me to the barbers when I was younger. And I used to have level 1. And I had to go to school like that.
Was that like a cultural thing, or what?
She just didn't know how to manage my hair, and literally it was just, you need to go short. I used to cry every time. And I remember my mum used to always say, oh, you look like Halle Berry, that's the style. You know, she tried to give me,
soften it up.
I know, but I hated it every day. It was barbers. The men was cutting my hair, and it was level 1, level 2, and that's how I go to it. And when it gets long again, we'll cut it down again. And so I was really ashamed. And then that's when I couldn't wait to get relaxed. Hair salon owner came, because the barber was downstairs, the salon was upstairs. I used to always go to barbers downstairs. Hairstylist came from and says, oh, is she not doing her hair? Oh, my mum says, what are you doing out there? Mum said, no, we're cutting it as we normally do. Stylist said, no, she should be in the salon, she's a woman. Why is she in the barber's? And obviously I was like, oh, my day has come. Me too, I was going up there with a stylist. She was like, come on, let's go up. And then she was like, talking to me. Did your mum try to fight it, or? Yeah, well, yeah, she did. Yeah, she did try to fight it. But then my mum had jerry curls at the time. So I was like, why can't I do that? Why do I need to cut it? Then
she was saying you're too young. We
went up there and then I did jerry curls. And then after I got relaxed. And
did you gain more confidence?
Yeah, I did. Because I thought, finally, like, you know, I can have longer hair. And to be honest with you, I liked my long hair relaxed. I liked having, like, shoulder length. Because I just didn't want that really boyish, short. Yeah, especially when you're at school. That is not the length you want to be, you know what I mean, rolling in.
Ignorant little kids.
Yeah. But I think if the education was there at the time in terms of how to, now things have changed in terms of people are wearing natural hair, how to manage it, it's more accepted in society, people know what to do with it, things might have been different, which is why I feel like my brand is part of that growth in society and helping people change the stigmas and the narrative.
I can't imagine you bald, you know, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, if we... Insert the picture here. If I have the picture, insert it. Because I've got albums of level 2.
Bald Nunu.
Yeah. But yeah. So yeah, it's not easy what we had to go through growing up. But
what about you being dark skinned? Like, what do you have to say for like dark skinned girls that are like battling with their colour and the...
Black is beautiful. Hey! No, literally. Yeah, they're like, what? We've heard that before. I'm still not beautiful. Nah, do you know what it is? I think we have come so far. Like, there's so many dark-skinned women that are being represented at the forefront of society, that we see more images of darker complexion. In fact, lighties aren't even in season no more. Sorry, you lighties.
I remember I saw a video.
You had your time. You had your time. No one's checking for you no more.
I remember
they're coming for us now.
I saw a video of yours and you was like, the light skin is the trend. Dark skin.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Because I said this: if you follow society, 1 minute they like light skin, next minute they like dark skin. 1 minute they like fat lips, next minute they don't. Next thing you know, they want big bum. Now they don't want big bum. Like, you're gonna always, you will never have an identity of yourself. So just do what you do and keep it moving. But yeah.
But how do you find your own identity? Because there's influence everywhere.
There is.
There's influence at school, college, social media, the music you listen to, the celebrities, the music videos. How do you say, okay, this is me? Because I feel like for me, the way I found what I like to dress was loving being alone. Doing my own research as well, like doing my own findings of, say when I'm online, or say I'm looking for an outfit or something, I'm not going to social media to see what everybody's wearing before I look. If I feel like it works for me, I feel like it works for me. I've come on here with my little extensions. Do you know how much people?
Good.
No, but do you know how much people have been like, take that out,
really?
spider legs, it doesn't look good, and I'm like, I'm at a point in my life where I don't need the validation. Even my peers around me, I don't get my hair done and put up a post saying, hey guys, what do you guys think? Or go home and say to my mum, or what do you think of my hair? I know what I'm doing, and I'm all about trying different things. I've even got my nails done, and this may not be something that I will be doing forever, but for right now, it's something I want to try. I'm just in an expressive era where it's trial and error. I want to try different styles, different looks, and I'm going to learn for myself what suits me. I don't want to conform to any trend or how a group of guys are looking and try and fit in, because I think that's where I stand out. Do you get what I mean? Not intentionally, but that's just how the game goes.
Follow your bliss. Follow your passion. And if you don't know where it is, close your eyes, meditate, get back to yourself, and then ask yourself the question again and see what the response is. There's power within yourself. And I'm preaching right now, but it's the truth.
So, okay, in terms of like body modification, and as we're speaking on identity, our physical features and whatever, what's your opinion on surgery? Would you ever go down that road?
I think it's something that everybody's thought, because it's so popular now. It has something that's crossed my mind, but not after I have. It has to be after I had children. I think I might consider breast lift, tummy tuck, that kind of thing. But I wouldn't do it until I've had children, and then, because I feel like if you're doing it before and then your body changes, you're playing yourself. And then again, doing permanent things that things could present, like your teeth we was talking about. Like, you know, that's a permanent thing. And it's like your teeth are fine. So if you're now starting to do things that are going to permanently change, and then later on you're going to regret it, that's where the complication, or if it goes left and then you need something more. Each their own. If you want to do something, do it, but everybody is in the day and age, you're very much educated to know the consequences. So at your own risk. But I think people should not be so quick. It should be the last result. Because everyone was saying, oh, I can't lose weight. Have you even gone to the gym yet? No, but it's the truth. Because it's like, because, okay, if you're saying you're trying to do liposuction, please tell me you've gone gym 5-6 times a week, consistently ate well, you've done at least 1 hour of exercise every day. And then I'm like, do you know what, go and do lipo, you've done it all now. But these people will not even try. And then the first thing is surgery. It's like, it should be the last thing. That's my opinion anyway.
Okay.
There's some things that you can't, it will never, like if you have a child, yes, no matter how much gym you do, that excess fat sometimes it cannot return back to the normal because your skin is overstretched. Fair enough, you need surgery, but if there is something that can be done, do it first. Then think about surgery.
Okay, now.
How do you feel about your teeth though? I'm quite curious about this. I can't stop staring at them.
Genuinely.
Do you regret it? Is there a small regret?
No, I genuinely don't regret it. And that's what I mean about me being, with there's certain decisions I've made that I've been certain about. And obviously my teeth, the reason why I wanted to get my teeth done, now what people don't tell you about going to get crowns specifically, because crowns, you're shaving down your teeth. What people don't tell you is that as a dentist, you have to sign a waiver that says you're going against a dentist's advice and that you're choosing crowns that, even though they've advised you, veneers or whitening, because they did advise me whitening, and I was like, no, I want the whitest of the white. And then, but the reason why I chose the whitest of the white was because for many years I've always had yellow teeth. Like a couple of years before, I did go and get whitening, like the best whitening, and then I was eating unhealthy, and then it just went yellow again. And then I said, I'm going to get my teeth done. And then I want to get into TV. I want to get into
the smile.
And I really feel like your smile, first impressions are really important. And my confidence, like I smile a lot, like I smile a lot more. I laugh with my mouth open more than I did. Do you get what I mean? And I just wanted to be extra because I'm extra.
But wait, so what's the difference between these and veneers?
So veneers are like acrylic nails. You just stick on top of your.
Oh, and then you can remove them all. So that's less permanent.
Harmful, yeah. So
why wouldn't you not have done that then?
Because they chip off. You can bite into something, come off.
Well, that's better. Then at least you have the option to have your normal teeth again.
With all of them white and then one brown and then.
No, I'm saying that you just go back and get it done, right? You could just go back and do the one.
Turkey.
That's how you need to be doing it in the UK. You Turkey people. I can't stand.
Who has got that time?
I can't do. If I'm doing anything, he's definitely not in Turkey, and that's another thing I'll say. Do not go to Turkey, guys. Just do it in the UK. Pay the extra money, because
the UK's expensive though.
I don't care. For me, when these are life-threatening things. These are like really major procedures that could, if it goes left, you're done up. So why would you risk going cheap on that? Nah, sorry. My health I prioritize my health, so I don't care how much extra I'm doing in the UK.
So on the subject of health, you said you're a vegan, or you're
aspiring vegan.
You're in the vegetable field of dietary.
Yes, so, I am actually. Yeah.
How is that?
It's been amazing. I definitely do not regret it. It's been more than 5 years now. I love it.
When you first started cutting back on meat, did you see like a difference in your energy and your body? Because I hear that a lot. Like even my mum, she's on this journey now, and when she first started, she was like she felt a bit woozy sometimes.
Honestly, the first thing I noticed straight away, skin. My skin was glowing.
Oh wow.
My skin was glowing. And I think, that's first thing. Energy, I would say, that has definitely helped. With that being said, because I have been having a little bit of trouble sleeping lately, I can't really tell the difference as of recent. But I would say when I first started, So, and then also, meat sits in your body for way longer. So it could potentially help you with weight loss. But I would say more so on maybe the vegan end. Whereas I'm now pescatarian. If you guys don't know, I went back to eating fish because everyone always asks me, you eating. Because I was doing veggie. So I was trialing it out. I first went, I went pescatarian. And then I went vegetarian. And I went back to pescatarian. So now I'm pescatarian, but I'm half-half. So I eat fish sometimes. Sometimes I'm just veggie. With that being said, if you're going to work on this journey, guys, do not overdo it with carbs. That's been my biggest weakness. Because now I'm overweight because of the carbs.
You're not overweight.
I am overweight.
You're not your usual weight.
No, I'm overweight. BMI.
Okay.
I'm actually overweight, yeah, and I'm on a weight loss journey, and I'm actually gonna be updating you guys because I'm looking into some cool sculpting procedures, non-surgical, of course. But yeah, I'm doing that, and then also I'm literally gonna show you my journey with exercise, fitness, vitamins, probiotics, all this extra things that you need to do to help with that journey. So I'm gonna be posting that soon. It's fine. I love it. I'll never eat meat again. Meat is cancerous. I have to say it, guys. It is cancerous. And I just don't think...
I've seen a lot of videos, like, you know, when people like strip back like the debris that comes on like chicken and even like fruits, like processed foods and stuff. Yeah.
You are what you eat. And if you can't bear to watch it, you shouldn't be eating it. No, but it's true, because when you show them the pork and the pigs, everybody's like, oh, I can't watch this. But you're eating it for dinner. So it doesn't really make sense. And then the chickens, you see how they are in the cages, they're all cramped up, they get infected. They have to put them on antibiotics. They're just not having a quality of life. It's not free range. It's not healthy conditions. And this is what you're eating. You are what you eat. So if you can't watch it, don't eat it. And if you can't kill it, don't eat it. In theory, if you cannot kill the animal with your own hand, you should not eat it.
Okay, now we're going to get on the topic of you entering Backchat.
Oh, God.
We're not going to touch on it too tough because obviously, as I've said already, as we've discussed already, you have your own platform where you shared your view. But I want to talk about the comparison in I'm now on it, and I want to see where we relate. So initially, like, what made you say, I want to go on this?
Same reasons you went on it, which is crazy because you only just told me that I was your inspiration. Somebody else was my inspiration. I can't remember who. The whole cast, because I was looking at their opinions. I kept thinking, why are they talking?
So safe, where they so safe, or why they're not being real? Yeah,
but he might have said something, and then I was like, nah, why is no one counteracting what he said? Everyone's just agreeing. No, I need to come on here. Like, it was angering me. My little brother showed me the show. I didn't even know. He was like, I think you should be on this show. And then I looked at it, I was like, oh, yeah, this is my kind of show. And then literally I reached out. And then, yeah, that's how it all happened for me.
And in terms of you, like, mixing with the cast, like, obviously, were you overwhelmed with, like, the different personalities? Did you ever doubt that you didn't, before the first topic started, did you ever doubt that can I handle this? Like, what was going through your mind when they were picking out the people for the first episode?
Oh no, I knew I could handle it. I'm quite an opinionated person. I've always been an opinionated person. And yeah, I was confident in my position, confident in my opinions. People saw that. I always stood by what I said. I never even take it back till now. Everything I said was truthful. My delivery may have been, a little bit extreme sometimes, but I do think what I said was my reality, and I don't take it back. Now, my relations with other cast members, that was a surprise to me.
Did you think that you could have had those moments on set and then be cordial off the platform, or did it roll off into real life easily without? How did that?
Exactly. I wish that we could have had it because, well, people, once it got emotional and heated, they took that outside. I never did. I was able to separate that. Yeah, detach. I can have an argument with you for one tonight, but then after that, what are you eating for dinner? Where are you going tonight? Like, that's just me. Like, I'm not going to hold that against you. We have different opinions. That doesn't dictate who you are. And why can't we have different opinions? That's not a bad thing.
Your viral moments. Now, I feel like obviously social media is completely different than it is back then than it is now. And as I said already, I feel like a lot of the comments that you would make were realistic responses to scenarios, and it was the less safer opinion. And I feel like even now, a lot of people say what they know the majority or the clean-cut version. Do you get what I mean?
And this is why I love Piers Morgan. Sorry, but this is why I love him, because he speaks his mind. People always attacking him from morning to night, but at the end of the day, he's different. He has his own opinion. He speaks his truth, and people are so quick for this cancel culture. Nowadays, you can't even be an individual. If you're not following genuine consensus, you're all of a sudden the bad person. People will try to shut what you have going on. People will try to discredit you, and it's a sad life that we live in. So I do think that is a good thing for my individuality and my personal opinions, and I don't take it back. I love Piers Morgan. He's my inspiration, actually. He's my inspiration.
I find that so random.
I know.
But
I love him.
But I will say that is a good example to use. He has had some controversial moments, but he's always stood in his opinions, and I don't even think he's ever been. I wouldn't. Well, he has been biased when it comes to like Meghan, but I'm saying just on general topics.
And who cares? That's his opinion.
Yeah,
you can't take that away from him. He can hold down a
debate. He can definitely
hold down a debate. I love him, man. Yeah.
What would you say in regards to representation? Did you feel like the platform needed a mixture of cultures, or were you happy that majority of the cast were black?
That's a good one.
The topics were like around black culture.
I love it, the fact that it was actually around black culture, because I think it was necessary for us to be able to represent our community. There are loads of shows that black people are not included in. Black people always fighting for Love Island. The 1 or 2 spaces. The 1 or 2 spots. Now let's have our own show that is fully black. And I think that's an amazing thing. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But some might say the way some of us perceive ourselves actually just did us a disservice. And it actually painted us in a more negative light.
I will say, I feel like everyone's an individual. You are one person. We need to stop generalising black people as a whole. Just because one black person says or does something, the whole black community doesn't do that. Yeah. That's another thing that I hate. The generalising that we keep doing with situations, and it's like if a black girl says something, black girls are so annoying, or dark skinned girls, I always think like, no, those generalisations need to stop.
Yes. However, when there are not many representations,
it's hard.
The little that they see, they're like, this is how you lot are.
But that's so sad. I feel like that's so sad. And I was saying in one of my previous videos, like I went to New York and I'm like, bro, I see black people here, there, everywhere, like TVs, adverts, like, and it's just like people of other races have no excuse. They have no excuse, you know, over there. They have no excuse. I didn't know. I wasn't educated. They have none at all. Whereas over here, they will find an excuse. I wasn't educated. I grew up here. I was around this group of people, and it's so annoying. It's so annoying. And that's why, as well, I've started to tap into my black more. And I don't know why I didn't in the beginning. And I'm not afraid to talk on black issues. I'm not afraid to be biased about my black people. I'm genuinely not afraid.
That was a big step for me to call my business to all my black girls. Can you imagine the name?
It's like you're cutting out.
Exactly. Many people told me, Nunu, I wouldn't do that if I was you.
Really?
Yeah. Because they were saying you're literally isolating your audience. And for me, I felt it was very necessary to do that. The people that saw that supported it actually liked the fact it was called that, because it was just for them. But there are people that obviously said I'm isolating my audience, which my response is we need to be isolated because we've never been represented. There has to be, in order to reverse the damage that has been, the racism or the damage and the discrimination that's been done in society, we have to be more pro-black. We're not an even playing field right now. So we have to do more black initiatives, like I said, more black shows, more black empowerment, and then it will balance eventually. So I never saw a problem. Obviously it was a risk because now my audience is
predominantly.
Yeah, literally all black. But I have a lot of white. I have some, not a lot. A lot. Some white clientels that either buy for their partners or their friends or production companies that are also looking for black hair, black products for their shows. So it's actually worked out quite great because they know, like, okay, this is a black company, we're going here for our products. Clark.
I never thought that. It's crazy, like, you don't.
Sorry, no, you should have put me on that side because this is my side. You see when that camera flips, I look at it, I'm like, that's my side. You took my side.
I never thought, like, with what you're saying, like, your business is the reach that your business has. Like, it's sad that I don't think that a niche like this can have that much potential.
Yeah.
It's actually sad.
And what do you mean? How did you perceive it?
Do you know what? Yeah, I've often thought, yeah, when something is too black, because I'm just gonna make that reference. If you could understand what I mean, like, remember, black people are considered as ghetto, rough around the edges, not marketable, not palatable. So I just think they're not gonna pick me. They're not gonna pick this. They're not gonna like this. Do you get what I mean?
So you always thought it was too black that people would not want to support it. Ooh. Ooh.
I'll be so real. I want to be so real.
Wow, that's deep. No, I'm appreciating what you're saying. That's deep. Because you're probably not the only one that thinks this. There's obviously other people that think like that. That's deep.
My view, I feel like my view on, like, black people has been, I would say, it's been in a dark place. And it's like social media.
So do you think that, say if you were a consumer of my products, you would, as a person, be discouraged based on the name of the business because you think it's too black, it's probably a bit ratchet?
Yeah. I'll be real, I'm being honest. But you are here to.
And you know, that's exactly why I've actually represented my brand with such grace and class. And if you see our branding, it's not like just every other company. And I do take value in the products, the quality, packaging, you know, and I have invested a lot of time in creating a good service, customer service. Like, literally, we have a WhatsApp line 24/7, and I've been on the phone to customers an hour before they've purchased to give them the education, to give them the support. And if you're not happy, we have a 60-day quality warranty. You can come back and we'll refund your money. Like, I'm not that business where we want to take
money and
it's not. I'm not that.
Refund.
I'd rather lose money to retain my brand value than to gain your little and to discredit what I've built for the last 5 years, 6 years.
Okay, so now that you have,
but it's sad.
Yeah.
And you know what? From that point of view, I feel like it's coming from maybe a little bit of self-hate.
Yeah.
A little bit of self-hate. That's interesting though. But now I understand that maybe that's why maybe some people said no, don't do it, because like I said, there were people who discouraged me from this brand name.
So, okay.
But we're here to change that. Why does black people have to be associated in that light? If someone doesn't come out and change that, then that's how we're going to be perceived. And also, indirectly, you're perceiving yourself as that. And you're a walking brand of a black man. So imagine if you're thinking that about yourself, they're not going to think any different about you.
That's true. So now you have a business. You've now stepped into Backchat. You've gone viral for a few comments. When you said certain things, did you think about, like, what happens in the moment of filming? Because for me, it's like you would say something, there's actually no going back. Whereas when I'm recording a video on my channel, I'm watching over it, I can edit it, I can crop something out that doesn't make sense. Whereas they're gonna show the unfiltered, raw, and from you've said what you said, you have no time to correct it.
Yeah, because they will put it out exactly how as I said it.
But no, but I'm saying the cast, even the cast of people trying to recorrect what they've taken what you said.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
what?
It's
you get what I mean?
Quickly.
So
that happened a lot actually. I never got a chance to explain myself. Half of the time I went viral is because I never got a chance to explain. So it always came out as
boom. So now that something has gone viral, you've not been able to explain yourself. People have taken that and just ran with it. You now have a business. How do you? Because people often relate the person to the business. How do you say, no, like this is a professional brand. This is not. This is my personal because do you get what I mean? People stop supporting somebody because they don't support this set group.
Thank God I didn't build my clientele from Backchat.
Right.
Because that's again what I keep telling people. Backchat did not build me. I was building before it, and I had that was my source of income, and it still is. So I'm not depending on this audience to grow the business because it's a credible business. So most of the audience ain't even my clientele. Okay. So I never really looked for them for that validation. If you hate me, that's fine. People are still buying. And my thing is, I later realised, a little bit later actually, the branding was not necessarily good for my business image. At first I didn't know, I just went in there being myself. After a while I had to tame it a little bit and change myself because I realised that although yes, the majority might not be my audience, still I may be losing a potential to grow because they might not support me based on some of the things I've said. So I did try to navigate a little bit around that, but I've always had this two separate. So yes, I've got my social media, yes, I've got my business, and they were not really intertwined. Yeah. However, people have supported, because I have had a lot of people say, oh, Nunu, I bought for you, because obviously they know me. I wouldn't say it's made it worse. I'd say it's helped. It's helped to have the presence.
So
my presence. And funny enough, talking about the amount that I made, that I put on social media, it boosted. So although we were saying, oh, it might be like bragging or whatever, but people actually, because it got posted on Shade Borough, people saw it and supported as a result of that post.
Because they saw it's a real business.
It's
real traffic.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So you might be not ashamed, oh, let me not do this, let me not, like I'm bragging, but then you're actually doing yourself a service. People can see it and you can get more brand recognition.
What's your view on cancel culture? Because that's the new thing in this.
It's just getting
era
worse.
Of social media.
It's getting worse and it's concerning because it's just like social media was a platform created for you to express yourself freely. Now you're restricted. Anything you do, any small thing, people are even mistakenly, they're not even realising that it was going to go left, and it's going out of proportion. Because even I always got cancelled the last time, and I didn't realise that what I'm saying was even bad. I didn't even realise it was going to have the effect it did. So I just feel like it's making social media more superficial, more fake, which is why I like to stay away from it. Because if at the end of the day, if someone thinks like this, a million other people do. So you can't discredit what they're saying. Allow them to be free in their judgment and their opinion. You're allowed to freely express yourself. If you disagree, you disagree. But how does that mean that person should be cancelled? Maybe that's their source of income. That's their livelihood. Now you're literally bullying, taking them away from that, everything they've worked hard for as a result of a comment which may have been ignorant, may have been wrong in your opinion, but they have a right and freedom of speech to do that. Freedom of expression, that's what the platform was created for. Obviously, there are insultive, some things that might be quite insultive to people's cultures, religion, race, which in that case, I think, maybe they do deserve
No, some people do go a bit far with their comfortability online. The confidence they build makes them go online and think that they can say some outlandish things, and it reaches the wrong demographic, or it reaches the right demographic. There's a demographic that they're actually talking about, and then they reap the repercussions.
But then I'm in the middle as well, because I think that really and truly there is no right and wrong. And at the end of the day, everyone has their own opinions, and in one country this is right, next country this is wrong. They say killing is wrong, but everybody's going to war right now, and that's all of a sudden acceptable. Why is one man in jail for killing someone, yet another man kills bare people in war, but
I never thought.
all of a sudden it's okay. Like, I don't believe in a right or wrong. Everyone has their own morals and stuff, but I just feel like people should not be discredited for their beliefs. People can educate people, they can have a discussion, maybe a discussion needed to have, but I don't think it's a grounds to write someone off. Even if it is racist. Actually, I take back what I said earlier on. Even if it is racist, I think that's just grounds for a conversation. They're not necessarily in the wrong for thinking how they think. They're not in the wrong for thinking how they think. Just like we was talking earlier on, it's half of the time it's ignorance. Because just as we were talking about race earlier on and how it's perceived black business and stuff. So I just don't think that cancel culture should even exist. Period. You know, where does these moral compasses really start and end? Everyone thinks they're holier than thou, but who's judging and who's putting the threshold? Who's saying, you know, what's right and wrong?
Yeah. Social media. You social media governors and politicians.
Exactly.
We have had an amazing conversation, and I'm very impressed at how well I feel like this conversation has gone. You've taught me a lot that I can take away, and I can watch this back and be like, "Raw boy." I've learned a lot from you about business as well, and the reach and the potential that a black business of like my own can get to. Even with you being in a specific niche. Is there anything you would like to say?
No, I think it's been a great conversation, and I think just support the business to allmyblackgirls.com. Even if you are not black, you know someone that's black, and you are changing society. Just one thing that you're doing, you're not realising it has reach and impact. So I think, wish everyone well.
I want you guys to do me a favour and head over to Nunu's YouTube channel, Instagram page, and her website, To All My Black Girls. Show her some love, engage with her content. If you want to chop it up with her, ask her any questions. If we missed anything in this conversation, definitely head over to her channel and her social media, because she will definitely answer some of the things that we may not have touched on here. And that was it for
this segment of the show.
Thank you for being a guest.
Thank you.
My first guest back in the fucking game.
Yes. More to come.
More to come.
2022 is your year. All our years.
All of our years.
Your dreams are going to come true.
Period. Bye, guys.
Wow. What a guan.